Hey guys, this is Maha from Once Upon a B&B. Make sure you like and subscribe to us on all streaming platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Once Upon a B&B. And if you have a crazy travel story to share, make sure you hit us up. Bye.
What's up, world, and welcome to Once Upon a B&B. It's Anne's.
And your other host, Ian.
And the third host, Maha.
And no fucking guests.
Yeah, we got stood up. We got stood up pretty hard.
We really did. It was like going out on a date and just sitting at the bar and them just never showing up.
First of all, I could have had time to stop and get my car. I was walking out of the door and was like, oh yeah, my car's not here. So I had to Uber here. That shit was like $38. Didn't even have time to stop. Like, I could have just Ubered to my car, which was like 2 miles away, and then drove here. So let me not say fuck that guest in case he comes back next week.
Because we might need him.
Right. I'm sure he has a justifiable reason, right?
If he comes back next week, this won't air till after he's already come back.
Yeah, true.
So fuck that guest.
Very true. So we're winging this episode.
We have a few things to talk about.
You know, speaking of grievances, what our producer just texted the group text, a comment from a fan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Complaining about
Apparently our TikTok is popping, first of all. We're getting like 5,000 views on videos and stuff on TikTok. But we had a disgruntled fan.
complaining that we interrupt too often when we have a guest. So now there's no one to interrupt. Now it's just
so we
us.
just got rid of the guest. Problem solved. Boom. We can only interrupt each other.
I'm going to read the comment that he said and just interrupt me before I finish the comment. All right. Why they have to attempt to interrupt him?
Blah, blah, blah.
Fuck you, Ben Azaro. All right.
Right. But we really were interrupting. I was thinking
thanks.
that myself, but it's fine.
We really were interrupting our last guest.
But we just get excited.
And I think it's just like energy. Like, you kind of have to be a little strong when you come to the table.
Right.
Or we kind of
Don't let us walk all over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't walk over. You just came back for another trip, Maha.
I did. Merida, Mexico. Super random. Never even heard of it, but it was my friend Ashley's birthday, so she wanted to go. It's like in the Yucatan. Not on the water, just a random town. But it was pretty cool. So I flew. The way the timing worked out, I ended up having to spend the night in Mexico City the night before, Wednesday night, and then fly to Merida. But like on my way to Mexico City, I texted my friend Suri, who's half Mexican and half Indian. Random combination, I know. But I was like, hey, I got one night in Mexico City, and I'm going to Merida after that. Like, any suggestions? So he, out of nowhere, sends a group chat with me, him, and this girl he grew up with since third grade who lives in Mexico City. I was blown away by this. She was in bed, got up out of bed, came and picked me up from the airport in Mexico City. Somebody I've never met before a day in my life.
Nice.
Picked me up from the airport, gave me a tour of the whole city and all this history and background.
Mexico City's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was late when I got there, so a lot of things were closed. Took me to get El Pastor tacos. It was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, you don't even know me, and you literally got out of bed and just picked me up, and it was great. I definitely have to go back to Mexico City, actually, spend some time there.
That was so nice of her.
I know. It was very nice of her. Mexicans, man. They're nice people.
So you had one night there, and the next night you went
we went to Merida, and it was
Why did y'all choose?
I didn't. I don't know why she chose it. I guess she heard that it was cool. So a lot of people from Mexico City, because it's getting too crowded and somewhat corrupt, are moving to Merida. I don't know. I guess she's heard of some people that have gone there and thought it was fun. It was young, hip people. So where we stayed was, I guess it was maybe the old town versus the new town, which we didn't realize there was a new town. But it was one of the most amazing Airbnbs I've ever stayed in. It was Moroccan themed, but there was there's only 2 bedrooms, but there was 8 rooms overall that were just all different themes. There's an Egyptian room, and there's a spiral staircase that went to the rooftop that had 3 more rooms up there with big outdoor beds and outdoor kitchen. There's an outdoor shower up there.
So nice.
It was really cool. I was surprised. So first couple nights we just went out, ate and drank. I think either the first or second night, we found this Cuban bar with good music and stuff. and met this like really young chick with this much older Mexican man. And like we're talking to them and stuff, and they kept wanting to go to the strip club. And that's when it dawned on me that she was an escort. I didn't realize right away. And I was like, and they might think we are also escorts now, or like sitting here talking. And because like after the Mexican guy got up and went to the bathroom, and like 3 other dudes came and sat down and were talking to the escort. And then the Mexican man came back, and it was like super awkward. She was like, yeah, get up. He's sitting here. But we didn't go to the strip club with them. Shut up.
I know, that's so like
Very unlike me to not go.
Yeah.
I was say that's the difference between like a story we've already heard on
right
from you on this podcast.
Yeah. Definitely thought you'd end up at the strip club.
I was down, but like it was getting late. We were drunk. We just didn't go. And I'm pretty sure it was just a brothel, not an actual strip club. And I didn't know if he was thinking we were escorts. So I was like, maybe not.
Spidey senses were
Right,
like, it's a little off.
Oh, and then we had a Mayan priest do this like Mayan ritual like thing. It was like these Mayan baths, but like he did this Mayan ritual, and I would have been totally down, except he made it way too gimmicky and touristy at the beginning. So apparently there's Mayans and they speak Mayan, like it's a different language, not Spanish. And he starts out in his like Mayan language saying how he doesn't speak English. He asked us what language we spoke. It's funny, Trey was asking if Ashley was German. He actually asked if she spoke German, and we were like, no, English. And the funny part is she speaks Spanish and I don't really, but everybody was looking to me speaking the Spanish and like when you and Shafi go. But anyways, the Mayan priest.
She's a redheaded woman for
right.
our listeners.
Yeah, a redheaded white lady. But so the Mayan priest is like in his language saying how he doesn't speak English, but he's going to ask the gods to send down English to him. So he like does this ritual and he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. And like spoke perfect English. And I was like, all right, dude, you could have skipped that part of the Mayan ritual.
Save it for David.
Right.
Pretty cool trick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess. But the Mayan ritual was kind of random and weird, but it was cool. It would have been a lot cooler if he didn't do that.
True.
And then there's just like these different like little baths.
No mass sacrifices or anything.
No mass sacrifices.
Right. Traditional Mayan.
That is a thing. We also went to the ruins, not the big ruins, but like Mayapan, like a smaller like pyramid, and they definitely had like human sacrifices and skulls and stuff there. But it was like one tour where we did that, and then the cenotes, which
I love a good cenote.
Like our underground pools, and they were so cool. There was 3 cenotes. But to get there, it was really weird. I've never been on this before. It was a horse-drawn, like, train cart. Kind of. It's like a little, like, railroad track, but it's like a cart on it, and the horse pulls you on it. It was very strange. Kind of cool, but that was my first time doing that. So, yeah.
I had a first.
Yeah. And then the last day, which was her actual birthday, we went to like the only restaurant that actually had like an open table, like make reservations type thing. And it turned out to be in this completely different, like metropolitan part of the city. We were like in this old part of the town, which was cool. But like apparently there's like a whole metropolitan part. And it was very much like kind of like how Steak Market is here. And like all the like presentations and this and that. Like they'll come make your elote in front of you and like a sizzling rock that they cook the steak on, shit like that, like very Instagrammable. So that was fun, but yeah,
So a 3-day trip.
Yep.
I feel like you should definitely have like a travel blog.
Yeah, it would help me remember what I did too, because I'm over here racking my brain, like what did I even do? And it was just a weekend ago, but
A good travel blog, a good like very much content, like a good YouTube.
I always forget to like record and take pictures and stuff like that. I'm
You have
just
some
like
really
living
nice
in the moment.
pictures from
Thanks.
that
Those are
trip.
literally all of the pictures that I took, and half of those Ashley took. I didn't even take them, but it was fun.
Just being in the moment.
Yeah, I got back last Sunday, and y'all were supposed to record, but Ian came down with a little food poisoning. Right?
Food poisoning last night?
No, I did not. I
It wasn't
had
food
a
poisoning?
stomach bug.
Oh, not from food.
Right, because I didn't share a meal with the people who gave it to me.
Ah.
My family,
Your in-law family.
future in-laws. Yeah, they got me sick of shit. And then I had someone come over and do the IV thing. I never had that happen to me before. Like,
Well, I did that for a hangover the other day after the Hawks
Yeah.
game. I had to like call someone over to give me an IV at home. I was being dramatic, but I was like, let me just try this and see if it works.
So
that was the first time you did it too?
Yeah, that was my first time.
All right, was it amazing?
Yeah, it was great.
I'm laying in bed. Shafi's like, you need to come downstairs. The lady's going to be here in a second. I was like, why can't she come upstairs? And,
Yeah.
And
If I'm the sick person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was like, what if you have COVID? And I was like, don't worry, it's not real. And then But yeah, it was. I mean, I still felt like shit all day, but I mean, I can only
Felt a
imagine.
lot less like shit.
Yeah, and she never even got sick.
So I was thinking that people got them like for hangovers a lot, but it
and when
turns
I was
out it's
in
mostly
Vegas-
like stomach bugs is what people are getting.
They got them for hangovers when I was in Las
Vegas.
Yeah, I like walked into the room and everybody just had IV.
That's
hooked
so
up to them.
funny. They're not cheap either. It was like $300 to like get it done at home.
It was a 2-for-1 thing.
Oh, really? You got a 2-for-1?
Not a deal.
Well, not a 2-for-1, but like a discount.
The weird part too is that I guess the IV fluids were really cold. So my arm, like my whole arm was like ice cold.
For real?
Yeah, it was really weird. I didn't expect that, but
That
I have to try it.
That sounds kind of Marvel-ish.
yeah, it was,
You know,
it was pretty
superhero.
awesome. And then she gave me like a B12 shot in my shoulder, which I'm like, why didn't you just put that in the IV too? But
She's like,
either
oops,
way,
forgot this
yeah.
one.
Wasn't even involved in choosing what went in me. That was all Dr. Shafi. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
All right, babe.
Dr. Shafi got to decide. And she put it like right here, like under my thumb. I've never had an IV right there. But I was so hungover and dehydrated, she couldn't find a vein. So that's like all she could find.
Damn, you was going in.
Yeah, it was like right here on my wrist.
Did the Hawks win?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
My
I don't
Hawks.
remember. Right. Hawks won, I lost.
Hawks won, my Hawks 0.
I really want to get some floor seats, like season tickets. And not that I care about the Hawks that much, but it's just such a cool
fun.
experience. Yeah, every time.
It's a good time.
Take me one of those times.
I will.
Right.
I'm supposed to call that guy.
Speaking of
actually.
take, all right. So the last guest, your friends, they talked about Croatia or doing a yacht week and how you have 35 is the last year you can do it. So after that, I texted the group text like, all right, Maha, all those times you talked about yacht week,
We're doing it.
I'm now in. And so we started looking into it. There's always different. The only ones available this year in the time frame we need are is it
Greece
Croatia
and Croatia,
Greece.
yeah.
And the weekend we were looking at, the last weekend of August, is not available right now for Greece, which is apparently more our speed. Like it's not just like
Party.
More my
party,
speed.
party.
Ian's speed is probably Croatia.
well,
yeah.
I'm trying to be responsible. Plus, I got Shafi's blessing on this one, so
Okay.
we're thinking probably Greece would be better.
Yeah, I've done both. They're both really fun. I've also like had already been to Croatia before Yacht Week, so this would be my third time in Croatia. I could probably skip that, but Greece, I would be down to go again.
And we could book it.
Was the age limit true? Was that like...
I don't know.
She said, all right, I thought it
I'm
was.
saying no.
I
No,
also-
because you know what I remembered? My friend Dre was like 42 when he went.
Well, I started looking into competitors to Yacht Week. There's one called Sail Week.
Yeah.
And they
not the
said,
same.
well, they said on the thing that it was 36 and under, or maybe under 36. I was like, okay, all these fuckers, think I'm too old soon.
No, when we went to Greece, like somebody on like our friend boat, the boat we became friends with, was definitely at least 41 at the time. So I know for a fact that the 35 thing is not a rule.
It's not true.
I don't know that they even ask your birth date when you sign up.
And also, I didn't see, because everyone's been telling me about the gender, like, got to keep the ratio. And I didn't see anything
So
about
it's like
that.
the overall ratio for Yacht Week. So it's not like on your boat there has to be a specific ratio. But let's say you book like the later it gets, the like more strict the ratio is because it's already
right now I could book all dudes, sausage fest, let's go, and they won't care.
Yeah, probably, probably. But like if it was like the last week, so the ratio is already kind of determined. Like we already have this many girls, this many guys. They're going to be more strict on what the ratio is.
That's nice that they think about that. And
Yeah, because they don't want it to be like a sausage fest or just like all girls and no guys because they promote.
I wish parties were like that.
I know, right?
Some are. Like I bought douchebag. Sorry man, who do you know? Like won't let him in. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how
True.
we're waiting
Like,
for.
too many guys with you, not enough girls.
Yeah, sorry. I've bought tickets for like EDM shows in Miami where there's separate girls and guys tickets, and they'll like sell out and they increase the price. It's maddening.
Oh wow! I've never been to a concert
love
like that,
that.
but that's pretty cool.
I didn't
So
like it at
considerate.
all.
Yeah, at an EDM concert, I don't think anybody cares. Everybody loves everybody. Like they're probably not.
This was that story in Miami, and I remember some girls that were trying to get
Is Story still a thing, or is
Yeah.
it gone?
Well, I don't know. This was a few years ago.
Yeah.
This is, who knows? It's probably been shut down. Failed inspectors. Was it the health
Something.
inspector?
Yeah.
They felt it.
But yeah, that like one would sell out. So then I put up the two girls' tickets in my cart, my ticket in my cart, and then the girls' tickets would sell out, and then the guy ticket would sell. I think I ended up buying for them, and I couldn't get tickets. I had to.
Oh no!
Yeah, I got fucked on that one.
Damn. That sucks. Yeah.
Damn. I'm sorry, Ian.
That's okay.
Well, anyways, Yacht Week is becoming a reality.
All right, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it did.
Are you in? Are you in?
I wish I could go in the
that's my
summer.
birthday is August 21st, so like I was thinking around then, but I really don't care. Like any time in the summer works for me.
Summer works for me.
Okay,
that's summer. Oh wait, you probably already would have started school by August, right? When do you start?
Like usually like August 18th, something around there.
Okay.
But I think there's the first week of August.
Okay.
I would do that too.
I'm down.
I'm looking at the calendar.
Once upon a bee.
All right, we'll book it after this episode. Let's do it.
All right, I had an Airbnb story I wanted to talk about though for a long time now.
Oh
Tell
my
us.
gosh, what?
Well, all right. Let me give you the headline. I sent this in our group text. The North Bay man's beloved cat allegedly taken by Airbnb renters.
Bastards.
So sad.
I just want my kid back. I want my friend back. She's my friend, said Sonoma resident Troy Farrell with tears in his eyes.
Aww.
It's literally the second paragraph of this news article. And so what happens is this cat, Nubbins, is an indoor-outdoor cat.
Nubbins.
Let me another quote from this poor guy. I'd go outside, stressed out and burnt out, and she'd just come running and sit in my lap. She's like my support cat, and they stole her.
Wait, so she's an outside cat? She might have just like ran off.
Well, Farrell said that a Long Beach couple had rented an Airbnb 2 doors down from his home. This is last October. And when they left, they took the cat with them. He was out of town at the time for Thanksgiving.
So it wasn't even his own home that they were renting as an Airbnb.
So neighbor has a cat that's indoor-outdoor. He's away for Thanksgiving. He comes back, his cat's gone. And they had got there, I guess, a couple days before Thanksgiving. And then he can't find it. And then all of a sudden he gets a call from a vet in Long Beach. And they live in Sonoma, California. So it's like over 400 miles away. And he goes, I'm like, Nubins is in Long Beach? She didn't walk to Long Beach, nor did she hitch a ride. You know what I mean? How on earth is she in Long Beach? Asked Farrell.
How did the veterinarian
Microchip. They scan. So a couple takes in, the cat for the microchip, and then they scan in. They're like, this isn't the name of the people that dropped it off.
Okay, microchip.
Every animal.
Yeah, Little Beep says microchip.
Yeah.
In the cat.
It's under their skin.
Yeah.
Y'all knew this? Everybody knew this?
Janet has one, yeah. Most pets have a microchip.
It's actually pretty common technology.
Yeah.
I knew that they were going to try to insert it into humans.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
I mean, we've been doing it with pets, so it's probably pretty easy. You could feel it too, because Janet's so little. You could feel like a little bead.
Oh my gosh!
They've
Some
been
people
working
already
on
have it.
They've been working on the technology, the practicing on animals.
Yeah,
but it's not like a GPS. Well, Janet's isn't at least. It's just like you scan it and it gives you the owner's information.
Oh my god!
It's just like a dog tag, but under the skin, basically.
I just can't believe.
What will they think of next? Yeah,
I know. I've seen humans have it in their hands. They can scan and go into their office.
I think
what? You know people that have it in their hand to go in and out of their office?
I've seen it on the internet.
Okay.
But it's real.
That's intense.
I think it's more common in animals.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I think it's definitely not common in humans, but basically they're introducing it slowly because they want it to be a common concept.
For parents to find their lost
it's scary because it's a common concept for animals.
Yeah. It's been around for forever for animals, probably 20 years or something, I'd say.
What?
I mean, I don't know, but I feel like probably that long, yeah.
Not that I want to ask all my
But I always wondered if they're already putting a microchip in there, why not make it like an air tag where you could actually track the animal?
Because those things don't fucking work well. I've had so many issues with air tags, not telling me where my keys are.
Yeah, and I guess it would run out of whatever charge at some point, but...
Oh, that's probably another thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. How would the cat? You have to put the cat on the charger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those cats, they don't sit anywhere, much less charger.
But anyways, this cat
right,
napper.
So listen, let me. I got more.
Here
details.
we go, interrupting again.
God.
That guy was right.
I mean, I know you're interrupting guests, but me?
I know.
Come on, guys. All right. So the poor Farrell, he's gone on to say that those are evil people without a heart, conscience. And then he filed a pet napping report. So there's actual cat law in California, by the way.
Of course,
with
California.
the Sonoma County Sheriff's Police Department, and they contacted him, and so they're fully cooperating. And 3 months later, still waiting for Nubins to be returned. He said
okay, Nubbins. I thought we decided Nubbins. That was way cuter than Nubins.
Did I say Nubins?
You did.
Nubbins. Well, either way, he's not there anymore. And who knows if he's been renamed. But he's like, if law enforcement won't act, then he may hire an attorney and private investigator to get his cat back.
Wait, so the vet called and was like, we have your cat, and then still gave it back to the other people?
Wouldn't reveal the identity. Yes.
What?
So then why even bother calling if you weren't going to do anything about it?
California regulations, man. But I have an update. Law enforcement did get involved. They contacted the guy, even though the vet wouldn't tell, Mr. Fields, who
they would tell the police.
Farrell, excuse me. They told the police, and so they reached out to the people who took the cat, and then they heard back from him, and they actually wrote a letter, which is great.
I bet they just thought they were rescuing a poor homeless cat.
They did. I think they didn't think the cat was like the owners.
This is how the person who took the cat started the letter. You can determine a great deal about the personal character of a person by how he or she treats those in a position of vulnerability. We do not know much about a person who we see kick his dog. Seeing the act is enough to tell us we really need to know about the person's character. I have never written a letter to law enforcement agency, but those I care for, blah, blah. Then I and those I care for, including a little 10-pound cat, have never quite been so affected as we have by the disgusting conduct of the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department.
Oh.
And I say your conduct, Sheriff, because one thing I know about organizations, the character of the organization or lack thereof starts at the top. And he goes on to say that, of course, that if we are 70-year-old catnappers, and says
they're 70.
They're 70 years old. He says when they got there, this cat was super hungry, and he's like, I know the difference between a hungry cat and a really hungry cat that scarfs it down. And then they made like an igloo out of towels, and the cat spent his whole time there. And then they contacted the owner. And the owner was like, yeah, it'd be great if someone found a great home for this stray cat.
So they had talked to the owner, and then he later claimed it was catnapped?
No. Owner of the Airbnb. But again, there's a dude.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused.
Okay, so Airbnb.
It was the neighbors that were Airbnb-ing, and those guests stole the cat.
Yes. Exactly. And this guy goes on to cite, he goes, I'm sure you are very familiar with Section 484 of California Penal Code, talking about the elements of the crime needed to steal. And so he's like, it's not there because of the intent to commit all this other.
Is this guy a lawyer?
Yeah, he's actually a lawyer.
Oh, damn.
So he goes on to say, like, I'm gonna, I'll do anything to defend this cat and all this stuff. And so there's two sides to every story.
Well, I had a feeling from the beginning that it was an outdoor cat. These people probably just thought they were like doing a good deed. The cat probably looked rough, like it needed a home.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to, like, catnap a cat and then take it to the vet.
Yeah.
He said that they had their own Deputy Ritz called the catnappers. He called me a thief and told me we had an obligation to return the cat to the neighborhood. He told me that he had talked to at least 2 people in the neighborhood that claimed to own the cat. And he's like, that's bullshit. A neighborhood can't own a cat.
Yeah.
I took the cat in. I'm taking care of this cat. He's got a better life now.
It's my cat now. But who microchipped the cat? The guy that's complaining.
One of the neighbors who didn't want the cat to keep having stray kitten families. So they just went and took it to get neutered.
Yeah. So it wasn't even the guy that reported the cat.
Yeah.
Stolen.
Yeah.
Everybody loved this cat.
But then it had to be because that's who the vet contacted. So it had to be that guy's information.
Well, it then goes on to, yeah, you're right. But then the guy responded to this letter by posting a lot of pictures of
him and the cat?
Of Nubbins.
Not
Nubbins. Nubbins.
Did he have, does he have
nubs?
I was supposed to say, does he have nubs?
Yeah, he's got like a nub for a tail and like a fucked up lip. But they posted pictures of him being all cute with the cat. Like, no, I've been taking care of this cat. So, anyways.
She went out of town for Thanksgiving and just let the cat starve.
Yeah, I think so.
Dang, that was a good point, Maha.
All right.
One time I was cat sitting my homegirl. She went out of town. I was in college. And I had to feed the cat at a certain time every time. And she had a little BMW. She let me drive it to go feed the cat. And I had to go to church I had to go to the country.
That cat starved, didn't it?
The cat was so hungry when I came back. I was so fucking scared. Because you know how they get really attack you.
The cat's about to eat you.
Yeah. As soon as he heard me opening up the food, I was like, here. And I just ran away. Because he was about to attack. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry.
How long had it been since the cat ate that it was that
I fed him
hungry?
the day before. I fed him that the time scheduled before, but the next day I waited too long. I was like, y'all, my parents, I had to go back to feed the cat. And they're just like, we're going to go back. I went back. He was just so sad, and just ravenous.
Damn.
Whew, freaked me out.
Yeah, I had to cat sit my brother and sister-in-law's cat. And cats are okay, but I don't love cats.
I know.
And this is why. I was petting the damn cat and he's purring and then bit me as he was purring. I'm like, do you love me or do you hate me?
It's just so feisty.
Sometimes they do it because it's a little sexual for them.
Oh my God.
It's
How do you know this?
I once became a cat dad. I started doing a lot of reading and observations.
Wow, really?
So he was just getting frisky with me when he bit me.
I think so.
Cool. I feel like, well, that guy was very angry about the cat. One thing our producers was very angry about is all the Airbnb, I guess, webinars that
Oh
people
my
are
gosh,
creating.
everybody is trying to teach Airbnb now and like teach courses and sell courses,
And
which
they're making a lot of money.
right, and most of them don't even actually have like all these properties and stuff. They are just making the money like selling dreams, which there's so much free content. It's like people that pay for porn. Like, who does that? There's so much free porn on the internet. There's so much free Airbnb advice.
Okay,
But, all right,
one time I wanted to see a particular porn scene, and I did pay like $1 because I just wanted to see a particular scene.
Or
and I
like-
was like, oh, I've gone too far.
Fair.
or OnlyFans type situations where they develop a rapport with, they get
A particular-
direct, and they get a direct line of communication, which I think could be what these asshole Airbnb scammers.
Yeah, they want somebody to like actually ask questions.
questions,
and
too.
stuff. But I feel like you could Google the answer to all of these questions pretty easily.
I
But
know.
whatever.
And it just seems like it's a trend. It's like one person after the next, and they're copying the same type of gimmicky.
Yeah.
This is our class. This is our communication style. I'll call you on these times. And
Yeah, I'll do a
what do we
Zoom with
see?
you. Like,
how are you that successful? But I mean, social media, everybody flexes. But at this point, if you're listening to this podcast, you do not need to sign up for a masterclass.
Yeah,
for Airbnb.
just-
Unless one of our guests end up having a master
some of
class.
our guests actually do that.
That we
We've
need
had
to-
a few
that we need
guests
to
that do
promote.
that.
Okay, well, if you've been on the show,
we're not
cool.
talking
We're not
about
talking about you. Very successful.
Right.
Or if you got like a really crazy story and you want to be on the show, but you're also scared, but other than that, like, you
Yes,
still wanna
don't
talk
let
to
us
you.
deter you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's like become a theme, not just in Airbnb, but in everything. Everybody
Yeah.
is just like teaching and consulting and all this instead of actually doing. It's so weird.
It is very weird. You guys are doers for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like if
I
y'all
don't do
wanted to
that
do if y'all wanted to do like, a class on law, et cetera, I'd sign up.
It would be a class on Googling shit for me, but
I'd sign up.
is Airbnb really that complicated that so many classes are needed? Like, it
just
seems
don't think
pretty
so.
straightforward.
It really does.
I mean,
I do think people enjoy seeing people win, that look like them. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they can do it, I can do it. But I do think people are manipulators.
for sure.
Manipulation, for sure. But I mean, I hope that I get to travel somewhat soon. I have spring break in April.
Yay, let's go somewhere. Let's do. When are we going to do this podcast trip we keep talking about?
Well, she doesn't want to do Croatia, so.
I want to do it.
But so you are available first week of August if we do that?
All right, how about this? When's spring break? Where are we going?
Yeah, let's just go somewhere for
Spring
your
break is the
spring break.
first week of April, so April 4th through the 5th.
Do you have anything planned yet?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's do something.
We'll
Oh
report
my
back.
gosh, wild.
That'll be for
Let's
another
do it.
episode of Once Upon a
Yeah.
Speaking of which, thanks for
Ooh,
listening
All
to
right,
it.
yeah. Are we done? I feel like that's long enough.
Fuck the guy that didn't show up, but we'll see you next time. We'll love you then.
Yeah.
See you
I'm sure
next
we'll forgive you.
time. It's ends.
In the end.
And Maha.
Peace.
Bye, guys.